Hello, Canuck fans. Welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and today I'm going to be talking about this rumor that's going around and basically saying Elias Pettersson is the problem in Vancouver. Is Elias Pettersson actually the problem? Let's dive into this conversation. Now, a lot of you are going to assume I'm going to go a certain way with this, but you got to watch the whole thing to see what we're talking about. So, yes, rumors are flying everywhere that Elias Pettersson is possibly the problem in Vancouver. And so what happened is the Vancouver Canucks go and trade their captain, Quinn Hughes, and then go on a winning streak, and which nobody saw coming. We know that Quinn Hughes is elite, but what they don't talk about is that Elias Pettersson has missed those same amount of games as well, and they still haven't won. So they're winning without Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes. And let's just be completely honest. Both Quinn Hughes and Pettersson have unique skill sets. They are super talented hockey players. We know that. But is it a coincidence that we're winning all the games because both those guys are gone? And everyone's like, that's why we're winning those games, because Quinn Hughes is gone. What about Elias Pettersson? We literally went from four, third or fourth line centers with him being out before, and now with him being out, we got Rossi. Here he is. I mean, we're winning games with this lineup, and it's crazy to think about. But the question is, and everyone wants to demonize Quinn Hughes and say he was a horrible captain. He left us. He quit on us. It's like, guys, we were dead last. We were dead last in the league. And basically we traded three guys to get one, and they've all been slotted into this weak lineup. And we've seen a resurgence of this team, and Demko's come back. But I just think this idea that Elias Pettersson is the problem is a very interesting conversation to have. Is he actually the problem here in Vancouver? Is that why? Like, think about it. Rick Tocchet, for example, who we're playing against twice in the next week and a half, okay? Why did he just leave the team? Why did he leave the team? Was he tired of the rift? Was he tired of the losing? What, did he know that Quinn Hughes was not interested in returning? That's a great question to ask. And I felt like I thought about this, but I didn't really dive in. Think about it. Your coach just got offered one of the highest, if not the highest, coaching contract in the NHL for an extension. And he says, no thanks. No thanks. Why did he do that? Did he know Hughes was leaving? Had they had private conversations? Was he sick of Pettersson? Was he sick of JT Miller and all that went on there? I mean, it's a question to ask, right? But we know why the rift exploded. I think there's always been a rift between JT Miller and Pettersson. For the most part, I'm sure they got along for part of it. You don't have to get along with all of your coworkers to be a good coworker, a good teammate. You don't have to get along. Championship teams are not all filled with best friends. But there's a lot of rumors swirling, and this is where it comes from. When Quinn Hughes said goodbye to whoever the last meal or whatever they did, Pettersson wasn't part of that group. When JT Miller comes into town and goes out for dinner with some of his former teammates, Pettersson's not part of that group. And you know what? It's okay. He doesn't have to be best friends with Quinn Hughes. He doesn't have to be best friends with JT Miller. But the question remains is he actually the problem? Now, I think the reason why the rift went so nuclear is because Pettersson signs the massive contract in Vancouver, largest contract in our history, making $11.6 million cap hit, that is, right? He's making more and less each year. And then literally starts playing terribly. And go into playoffs. We lose. He played okay in the playoffs. He did not play great. He was on the tear in that first beginning part of that season. And the coach or the management's like, are you staying or are you going? We got to know, because if you're not staying, we're trading you. And he says, no, you called my bluff. I'll sign on the dotted line. And everyone's like, whoa. A lot of people are like, that's a good deal for Pettersson. Well, it hasn't been. It's been terrible. But in saying that, I think there was some frustration by the team that Pettersson didn't play well. And I don't know if there's jealousy because he's getting paid more and more than them. Maybe. I'm not speculating that. It's just a question I'm throwing out. But if you think about it for a minute, it does bother people, right? And then he comes to camp after that offseason, not ready for training camp and not ready for the year, and struggles all year. And in an injury plagued season, as well as like just didn't look good from the start. Didn't look good at all. He gets 45 points. And then everything starts exploding, right? And Miller's mad. And rightfully so, and so should be the rest of the team. And Pettersson wasn't happy with his performance either. It's just what happened. So coming into the season, we're like, is Petey going to bounce back? And so many people are like, yeah, he's going to get 100 points. Some people say he's going to get 90. I said he's going to get 78. He's going to get 78. Okay. And like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I mean, what does he have right now? I don't even know. I got him in my hockey pool. I should know this. So if we go to team and roster, there's got to be here, right? Stats. No, it's got to be standings, stats. Okay, here we go. So Pettersson leads our team, guys, in 28 games with 22 points. It's not bad. Not bad. Not up to Pettersson, points. I mean, he's missed a bunch of games. Sherwood's played all 35 games, so he's missed 7 games. Okay. And I guess I could just bring this up so you guys can see this here. But this is where we're at, right? So last year, Quinn Hughes led our team, right? If you go back to here, let's just look here, okay? Quinn Hughes leads our team with 76, and then the next two highest are Besser and Garland at 50, Jake DeBrusk, Suter, and then Pettersson was number 6. If you look the year before that, he had 89 points. Pettersson had he didn't miss any games. He just stunk after he got paid. And this is where Pettersson or Hughes gets 92, Miller gets 103, Brock gets 40 goals and 73 points. So these are our big 4. These are our core 4. And then you go to this season, okay? And like we're talking about 30 games in, less than 30 games in, he's leading the team with 22. Like, it's still not good enough. What's he going to end up with? 60 points for 11.6. That's tough. That's tough, right? That's real tough if you think about it. Real tough. So the question is he the real problem? Why did Quinn Hughes not resign? Was it because we were dead last? Was it because we had traded JT Miller, which is a good buddy of his? Was it because Rick Tocchet is gone? And they're like, well, we're going to sign Foote because Quinn Hughes likes Foote. And then we're going to bring in Kiefer Sherwood because Quinn Hughes likes Kiefer Sherwood. And the team still struggles and struggles big time. Last place, nobody saw coming. Literally nobody saw coming, right? So what do you do with that? What do you do with that? And this is where the question is Petey the problem? And it's a legit question to ask. I just think it's unfair. How are we actually going to know if he is or not? But I mean, unless people start talking and say, yeah, you know what, man, I don't want, like Quinn Hughes is like, I don't want to go to war without JT Miller and Rick Tocchet. I don't want to go to war without, I don't think we're going to win with Elias Pettersson as our number 1 centerman. I don't know. Like, is that the question we're asking? And now everyone wants to demonize Quinn Hughes and say, oh, you're a terrible leader. It's like, no, maybe he's just really smart at hockey. And he's like, we're not going to win with this team. This team isn't good enough. But is Pettersson actually the problem? I don't know. I wouldn't say yes, it is. I mean, it's a possibility for sure. But I mean, he's played better this season, as you can see there. But like, still not up to his standards, and now injured again. And here he is making the most ridiculous amount of money. This is the worst contract in the entire NHL right now. And he's got to turn around. He's got to have a bounce back season. He's got to have a revenge tour. And it's like, well, here we are again. Here we are again. This team's struggling. He's struggling. You know, Quinn Hughes is now gone. JT Miller's now gone. I mean, it was so awesome. You know, we were going into that playoffs and we beat Nashville, and we, you know, there's a, you know, we wanted Demko to be healthy, and then, you know, you need Brock and you need JT Miller, and you got Zadorov and Lindholm, and you got Pettersson and Hughes and Hronek, and it's like this team is gelling. It's fantastic. Make some changes, like, oh man, we're in trouble. And can this team win with Elias Pettersson at the helm? That's a good question. And so a lot of people are now saying we should trade Elias Pettersson. And my response every time is, who's going to take that contract? If you want to, they're like, we want a full rebuild, tear it down to the ground kind of type thing. Okay, I get it. I understand. Does that mean you have to trade Elias Pettersson? Look at the Calgary Flames traded Matthew Tkachuk away, right? And then get back Huberdeau, which turned out to be one of the worst contracts ever. $10 million, and he's just not produced, right? But nobody wants him. Nobody's going to trade for that. You'd have to retain salary, and they're just like, we'll just keep him, man. We'll just keep him. And I just feel like that's what Pittsburgh, or not Pittsburgh, Pettersson's going to be. It's just, let's just keep him. And I'm like thinking, who's going to take that contract? There's only one team, in my opinion, that takes that contract full on, and that might be the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, Pettersson has a full no movement clause, so it's like he has to approve going there. Maybe he doesn't want to go to Carolina. That's exactly what happened. Rantanen gets traded to Carolina, didn't see that coming, and then Carolina tries to trade Rantanen to the Toronto Maple Leafs for Marner, and Marner axed it because he's got a no movement clause. What a kick to the nuts, honestly. The Leafs could have had Rantanen, and Marner says no. And what if Pettersson's like, hey, you want to move? And he's like, no, you know, I like living in Vancouver. I want to play here. I want to, you know, this is my home. I've been here. You guys drafted me, help me develop. I want to be a part of the solution. And they're like, okay, well, we had this really great offer. And he's like, I don't want to go to and name whatever team, Columbus, Carolina, wherever we're talking. He doesn't have to go anywhere. But if Elias Pettersson's the problem, then you got to move him out, right? But I mean, we're winning games without the two stars right now. That's craziness. It's absolutely bonkers when you think about it. And so I'd love to hear your comments, of course. Post in the comments. What do you think the problem is here? And what do you think the solution is? Because this team is going to be really, really good soon. No, okay, maybe not. I'm just saying we're on a winning streak. We're trying to rebuild this thing. We're trying to win a Stanley Cup. So, oh man, what are the solutions? Is it keep Pettersson? Move him out of there. Why did Hughes go? Why did Miller go? Why did Tocchet go? I hope the answer is not EP40, right? I hope it's not EP40. So, everyone, I hope you have a fantastic day. I just think it's worth a video to make and just to see what you think. I don't think he's the problem, but if he is, we're in big trouble, everyone. Absolute big trouble. Hope you're having a fantastic day and have a fantastic Christmas. And we're gonna cheer this team on. We got a number of games before the end of 2025, and then we're gonna see what happens. People are like, oh, the Canucks, there's no way they're going to come back out. Okay. But maybe there's a chance. I don't know. I mean, there's something like 50 games still left, right? Or something like that. 35, just under 50 games left, right? What can happen? I know St. Louis won in 2019. They were dead last in January, won the Stanley Cup. Can we do that? If Demko's healthy with the way we're playing right now, I don't know. I probably not, but it would be awesome to see. Be awesome to see. Okay. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Believe in blue. Post a comment. And of course, we always cheer this team on. Go Canucks, go.